This was an awesome 3-day loop. My decision to go the upstream direction with such high winds was not helpful. Also, midsummer of a dry year would mean low water. My thinking was that if I got dropped off at Depot Lake and ended at Spruce Beach on Elliot Lake, I would be walking distance from my house. All in all, it turned out to be a great adventure.
That has a whole lot less wind. It was an ordeal getting out of there. Couldn't even get the camera on. My wife videoed from the shore as I was trying to leave. There was a few issues. I'm pretty sure she wishes I would have turned around and just came back. But over here on this shore, not too bad. I gotta pop out in the open a few times here and there, so I'm sure it'll hit me again. But right at the moment, it's nice, so I thought I'd put the camera on and say hello. This is Depot Lake, just a little bit south of Elliot Lake. There is a marked canoe route that goes around, basically goes around the city of Elliot Lake. And it starts down here at Depot and ends right on Elliot Lake. Funny, it was just a couple of weeks ago I was out on Georgian Bay in the canoe, just like glass. Light breeze, if that. There's deer over there. Nice antlers, good sized deer. Well, I made it to the bottom end of, the top end I guess, of Depot Lake. The gusts have been quite the handful of paddling. And I think once I go around this corner, this rock here looks like it would be a great campsite. I think I see a fire pit on it. I'm not sure how flat. Well, it looks flat on the backside there, so yeah. It's not very far from where I started. Going straight ahead here. There's a little narrows and then no portage, but it suddenly becomes Trout Lake. It's extremely narrow and hard to see till you're right on it. This narrow section takes us from Trout Lake into Granduer Lake. A nice day. Great paddle. We're gonna go down Granduer Lake a bit. There's a campsite Chris camped at one time. He said it's really, really nice. So check it out. It's probably a little early to stop to camp, but this is in my window. It's only a 30-kilometer loop, and so I want to average about 10 each day, and then have time to maybe explore wherever I am after I set up, fish, explore. So this might be the spot. It's nice and protected from the wind. Lovely. Let's grab the camera, hop out. Looks like there might be a bit of a path up through here. Well, I've seen other people do this. I'm told you just have to get it right, and once you get it, you'll have it. It worked. It really worked. Well, we'll make up the quick lunch. specialty. Fast, easy, reasonably good for you. Peanut butter and honey on a wrap. So first night's setup, unnamed island. My water filter. I prefer to filter the water, even you can probably drink it out of a lot of these lakes, but why risk it? I'm not a big fan of things being built out in the wild and left, but when they're here, I use them. So call me a hypocrite. It is handy. And so fire pit's tucked away a bit out to the water. And then set up the tent in here. It's an unnamed island, but it's a beautiful campsite. There is a thunder box back in the bush a little ways. And yeah, it's a bit of a point sticking out, so pulled the canoe up in behind. And there's probably room for, looks like there's another fire pit over there. I don't know if that's for wind or maybe somebody else could camp there too. But absolutely gorgeous campsite. Really nice. I do my own meals in the bag that you just add water to. My daughter out in BC freeze-dried a bunch of chicken for me. So after that, it's just cook some pasta and dehydrate it, and some vegetables. So this one is Tuscan chicken pasta. We add boiling water, some olive oil, and a little Parmesan cheese. Definitely lots of chicken in there. Some pasta, tomato, looks like cherry tomato. I should know, I made it. Yes, this is the same pot and stove that I was using when I burned my leg out on Georgian Bay. Do not eat. So that's with my water in. We'll add a spoonful of olive oil. Give it a really good stir. And then I will put it in my free koozie. There we go, Tuscan chicken and pasta. I put a little pepper on it, and bon appetit. I would say that Tuscan chicken was absolutely delicious. Definitely on the menu in the future. Good morning. Beautiful morning out here on this loop from Depot Lake to Elliot Lake. There's the sun just peeking up over the trees. It's quite calm right at the moment, but the forecast is calling for more wind, similar to yesterday. It's about, what is it, 6:30, quarter to 7. I'm going to pack up fairly quickly, get rolling. I don't have crazy distance to go, but I would like to get as much of it done with before the wind gets bad as I can. I think I'm heading to Esten Lake, and there's at least 2 portages to get in there. It's quarter to 8-ish, 10 to 8. Do one last sweep through the campsite. Sun's coming up. Not too breezy yet. It's still supposed to, but we'll see. I don't think I've left anything. What an awesome campsite. Really nice. I don't know, you could probably get a few tents out here. Maybe space them out a little bit. But beauty. So I just have to load up the canoe and be on my way. Heading for Esten Lake via Granduer and Marshland Lake. So long way around to get to Esten, but that's what makes this a trip. Excellent campsite. Absolutely gorgeous. This channel here at the end of Granduer Lake is the path into Marshland Lake. So starting from the boat launch on the highway, you can hit, it's quite a day paddle, and you can hit 3 different lakes without ever portaging. Lots of little spots to camp and picnic. Yeah, if you just wanted a day trip or even a one-nighter, just paddle out here, grab a campsite, go back in the morning. Options. So, very tiny little pike. I'll get him off. Oh, he got himself off. Bonus. Coming up to the end of the open part of Marshland Lake. And now we get into the more marshy part. And have to try to find a little channel through here. So I'll poke around, see if I can find an actual channel. Hopefully. Make it a lot easier. Well, it's mid-June, mid-July. Water level's down a bit. And looks like I'm washing for a bit. Looks like there's a bit of a channel up ahead. Maybe I just missed it. Stay to the left when you get here. Whew. Hopefully we can paddle from here. Yeah, looks like the entrance to this channel was a little closed off, so that's why I didn't see it. But once you're out here, it's kind of obvious. Well, I want to be over there. The channel wants me to go this way. So I'm going to follow the channel first, because that looks like a slog of a walk. That looks like it was a good choice. It was going 180 degrees of where I wanted to be at first, but I see a loop and it's widened out a bit down here, so pretty confident now it's going to take me right where I wanted to be. Definitely just follow the channel. It's actually got a little easier to paddle in most spots. The headwind and a slight current I'm going into aren't helping with navigation much, but so this is where the first portage coming this direction is. So from that creek I just came out of, from Marshland Lake, the portage here is a little tricky to find. Got to walk across this rock, get to the other side of the creek, go up there, cross that bridge, up the ATV trail a little bit, because underneath that bridge, that is the creek, and you want to be on the other side of it. So it's a little tricky, but not bad. Once you're on the portage, it's a nice path, but you just got to do a little ballet to get over there. Well, I'm just back from taking my pack over. I just set the canoe in the bush a little ways while backing up the pack. Looked around, I thought there should be another path around that obstacle. There was. It's not any shorter, but it's a little flatter and you stay on the same side. So right where I pulled the boat out, if I had I just went towards the bush and looped around and still got to come up that same rocky hill. So not bad. And then I measured the distance too, and this is a 580, but it's easy walking. Just both ends are a little tougher than some, but nothing impossible. And yeah, I got to get the canoe over there now. I'll show you when we get there. But there's a small pond you can see right across it, and you basically have to paddle across it and then get everything out and portage again. So there we are. It's a little steep down here, slippery. Take your time, especially if it's raining. Unfortunately, the next takeout is right over there. But there doesn't seem to be a way around this. Although I did see a path back there that went off into the bush. Possibly someone did a walk around. I'm busy enough right now. Maybe I'll look another day if I'm out here. Maybe somebody else will be out here and take a little look. We shall see. Not bad. Wind's picking up again. Yeah, so short paddle across this pond, and then a short rocky portage, and that might be it. There's another one marked. Might be it for today. There's one on the map I see, but I think it's just a low water situation, which I've got. It might be something I can walk through. So definitely a sign, kind of hidden there in the tree. I might knock that bottom branch off so it's more obvious, but other than that, well, pulling away from that one, it was a bit of a challenge just at this end. The really slippery mud, and lots of it. Better watch where I'm going. Well, I got a little bit of paddling, and then one more portage, and then Esten Lake. To lift over this or get out and move it or something. Well, got around that in the sucky muck, as Camper Christina would say, only to bottom out and have to do some walking here. Obstacles make memories. Oops. All these lily pads and a strong headwind. There was no channel through these ones either. They're just solid. I don't think, because of the portages in between, there's no boat traffic in here, no canoes. I don't think it gets used a ton. Might be getting close to the last portage. At least I hope it's the last portage. Well, that pile of rocks wasn't listed as a portage, but definitely had to be. Looks like there's an old one up here. I had to trim a bit, but good to go now. So from here, I've got two immediate issues. A big beaver dam right after I put everything back in the boat, and another one just down there. And I think that far rock on the right side is hopefully my last portage today. Some surprises. The water's kind of low and the beavers have been at work. Good thing it's a beauty day. First of those beaver dams that were in 10 feet after a portage. Well, this should be the last portage. It takes you around that rock garden there. Go on the shore a little bit. There's a waterfall up there. It's kind of cute. It's hard to see once you get up here. Really short. It's only got another 40, maybe 50, I think. And yeah, look at it go. Nippity-doo around trees and rocks. It doesn't help. That's it. Well, this has been a busier day than I thought it was going to be, but not bad. It's 2:30. I got lots of time to go out to Esten and find a campsite. The headwind will be a problem out there. Shouldn't be any worse than it was yesterday on Depot, so we should be able to figure it out. I don't think there's going to be another portage. There's not on the map, but I've been surprised today. There could be more beaver dams or liftovers, so we'll see. Wow, it's good to be paddling again. Seemed like a lot of portages, leftovers. Esten. It's a bit of a channel. It takes me out. I'm not camping. No, I don't plan on camping too far from where this opens up into Esten, but we'll see when I get there. So we've got to be getting close. Well, made it to Esten. There is the headwind. I kind of knew there would be. Well, the wind was getting a little too much out there. Ducked into this campsite. It's pretty nice. Just got all my stuff dragged up. Boat out of the water. Paddles. I got my water shoes on. I'd like to get my hikers on and have a look around before I set up the tent. But there's a well done tent pad there. It's been there a while. And look at that. Talk about a skeleton of a thunderbox. Behind it here. Quite the view. Who with a view? Tonight's surprise from my homemade water in the bag meals: savory soy chicken and rice. Boiling water, olive oil, and soy sauce. And I brought some soy sauce. Pretty breezy out for 6 o'clock. Good morning. That is a gorgeous morning here on Esten Lake. No rush today. Heading for home. I've got to paddle a bit of Esten down a channel into Quimby Lake. Across Quimby Lake, and a short portage into Elliot Lake, down at the far end from the city and the beaches. And I will paddle the full length of Elliot Lake to the beach. Because I don't live too far from the beach, I'd get picked up right there. But beautiful morning. It is supposed to get windy again today, but maybe not as bad as the last 2 days, so we'll see. It's been a cool paddle. Well, that's it for that campsite. It was actually nice with that level tent pad. Okay thunderbox. Great view from the thunderbox. And this is a really nice lake. But all things come to an end. I'm at the end of Esten. Just looking for the channel that'll take me to Quimby. Hopefully it's got some depth, because the water level's down right now. Midsummer, it's been dry, not much rain. Well, it wasn't obvious from a distance, but as you get in here, it starts to become clear. And we got another beaver dam. And that's that. The beavers have been very active on this route. And some more lily pads. Well, it looks like it's time for water shoes again. And another one. This is the third for today already. I haven't went that far. Getting out here is going to be a little trickier than the other ones. It's kind of deep on this side. Oh well. We have a short portage here. This one means I'm getting pretty close to Quimby. Looks like there might be a little opening there. I should go have a look before I unload. So, ATVs cross here. That's why it's so shallow. There's a bit of a campsite right there though. Not bad. And we're just crossing this lake pretty much straight across there, I think. I'll check the map before I go too far. But Quimby's actually a quite beautiful lake. Beautiful lake. Really nice. Just up ahead is the portage to Elliot Lake. Crosses an ATV trail. There's actually a bridge for the ATVs there. That high rock in the background on the left, that is out over Elliot Lake. I had a video where I explored around Elliot and paddled under that. It's quite impressive in person. I think my portage path is pretty much straight ahead. Might have to do a little looking around. But behind me, Quimby opens up quite nice and goes left and right quite a bit. Beaches, islands, campsites, lots out there. See, that's the portage path right there. Right side of the bridge, up across the track, and right into Elliot Lake. So here's a walkover on the portage. I think it's only maybe 40, 50. It's not too far. So, ATV trail and the bridge. That bridge lets water go from Elliot Lake into Quimby and on down. People do have bonfires down here. Water's somewhat regulated between the can really flow there in the spring. To Elliot Lake. It's a little ways to the city still of Elliot Lake. A bit of a paddle down to the beach. The Spruce Beach is where I'm going because I live fairly close. Gorgeous day for it, and I might even have a touch of a tailwind, so happy about that. Well, coming out of that bay, I got the long paddle down Elliot Lake. It's a long, narrow lake, but I have a tailwind now. It's moving me along pretty good without paddling. I'm probably going faster without paddling today than I was on the first day paddling full force. I'll take it. Well, that's it. Looks like a busy day at the beach. I believe I see my missus there waiting.